son, cause he's a phantom, a mystery, and that leaves me nothing. Many times if you wanted to die, it's too late for me. All you have to do is get rid of me. You can't take California with a monopoly die. You can't take California with a monopoly die. You can't take California with a monopoly die. It's all in your head. It's all in my head. It's all in your head. Yeah. I tried, you lied to me for so long. Everywhere I go, there's a sense of it. Pick up my antics and give me a choice. Doesn't matter if I give a shit a shot. That you gave me, you get to California with a monopoly eyes. Get to California with a monopoly eyes. You can't see California with a monopoly eyes. It's all in your head. It's all in my head. It's all in your head. Yeah.
Oh, we're back, baby. Oh, boy. We are so back. All right, Ducky in the house, Drew in the house, waiting for Polly, possibly special power. But we all know who is in the house. Don B in the house. I know that the music was a little bit rough. I have been in a mood today, at least in the last few hours, though. Okay, there's Polly. Polly's in the chat now. So we got the dynamic duo, dynamic trifecta. We got a menage a trois, as they would say. So we're all D2 Indy in the chat too. All right, what a day, huh? D2 Indy, what a day. You know, I thought this was going to be a pretty smooth Saturday. Turns out, not so much. Some ICE protester, what were they called? A legal observer, decided to get themselves involved with a few Fed agents. And then what that happened? They decided to get themselves killed. Now, I'm sure you guys have by now have already seen this video that has been circulating around for the last, I don't know, 7 hours. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was originally gonna play something a little bit naughtier with less screaming, but didn't happen. So, you guys already seen this whole video. It's very grainy. It reminds me of a snuff film, to be honest with you, but let's take a gander at it real quick.
The fuck, people? The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly.
Yeah, so anyway, guy died. Listen, to everybody out there that wants to get involved with something, especially with federal agents, the worst idea that you can do is get involved. If you want to go and be on the sidewalk and videotape everything, I have no problem with that. In fact, I have done that plenty of times just to observe and report, especially when COVID was happening. However, if you're going to get involved, expect for bad things to happen. That's basically what it is. Yeah, Tom, and the comments on here are just delicious. Imagine hating your country so much that you dive for some third world, I won't say that name, actively stealing from you. N-word anyway. So yeah, thank God everyone was there to scream hysterically. Let me pull my gun while surrounded by 6 Bortak boys who cannot communicate with another. Now, I don't know if he actually pulled out his gun, but you could see him reaching like he was trying to pull out his gun. But yeah, the rape whistles are very annoying anyway. So continuing on with that, there's another angle of it. Of course, with the rape whistle in the background. Tell him to get out of the way. And it was this guy right here. It's that guy, right? In the brown pants, I think. Yeah. Yep, it's the guy in the brown pants. You can even see him reaching for something right there in his right hand. I don't know if he's trying to put his phone away or what. But this is a good moment for everybody. Sorry to say, is Rob still dealing with leaky? I don't know, man. So anyway, you know how this doesn't happen? How you avoid any of getting hurt at all? Don't get involved. Record, observe, and report. That's all you have to do. Some dipshit got himself killed. Watching a murder? You mean watching something hilarious? Yeah, I'm watching another waste of oxygen get nuked because he wanted to get involved with federal stuff. Even the J6 people won't retarded enough to bring guns with them. How stupid is that? Brought a gun, brought 2 magazines with them, like they were gonna do something. So anyway, I don't know if he actually got. Oh, there's all the. All right, wrong one. Anyway, so this is what's wild too. Like these people are protecting illegals that not only raped this girl but strangled and killed her. That's what the left is doing. That's what Brad's people are doing right now. These people are willing to die to protect illegals that will rape and kill you. Sometimes in the opposite order. It's kind of wild. Exactly. Yeah, Don B. Man, if it wasn't for the rape whistles, that's so true, actually. It was those damn rape whistles. They couldn't hear anything. All right, so, but how do you think ICE is doing in Minnesota so far? Exactly, Don, exactly. Well, I would say pretty good. You know, it is a tragedy, but at this point, you know, maybe good was a tragedy, but this one is just moronic. Some 37-year-old loser, by the way, whose parents told him even the tards of Jan 6 were dumb enough to show up with guns. Even their parents told them don't get involved, which is exactly right, Don. Get yourself arrested and go to court and make your case there. It's literally that simple. That's what you're going to do. But like actually getting involved where you're like trying to push stuff and you're carrying, dude, if you are getting involved while carrying a gun, bad things are going to happen because the first thing the cops are going to say, I see a gun. So self-defense is automatically implemented. It's that simple. 2 + 2 = 4. And of course, this is what happens when sports ball people want to get involved with politics. Tyrese Halliburton, automatic L, go tear your other Achilles, dipshit. Yeah, stay out of it, Hallie. Love you much, but you have to argue about it. I speak for every single American when we say shut up and dribble. Yeah, go back to getting paid millions of dollars for dribbling a ball. This is... Oh, boy, Brad. I feel like the left did the same thing with Charlie Kirk, so don't give me that bullshit. Yeah, no, I agree, D2 Indy. Good was definitely moronic, too. Yeah, obvious lesbian L. Who would have guessed, huh? I agree. That's what, but it is moronic. It is kind of a tragedy. But at this point, if the left is getting themselves with federal agents trying to arrest somebody, you're going to eat it, all right? Dude is on video putting hands on the agent first and trying to de-arrest Ralphie's little brother from A Christmas Story while armed before violently resisting his own arrest. And the squishers are still squishing beyond frustrating. This is what's so annoying about the right. Like, they do not have the stomach to do what is needed to do to win. This is what I was saying over the redistricting. Whether you want to, whether it's the SWAT, by the way, no more SWAT calls, right? Weird how that happens. Optimum social media influence behavior. Martyrdom. Who's martyrdom? Oh, martyrdom. Oh, yeah. Yeah, not exactly. Yeah. Martyrdom. That's like Bazon gas instead of bazongas. Oh, man, that's an oldie but goldie. And here we go again. So people are getting mistaken for being an ICE vehicle as well. And as you can see from here, do these people not have a job? That's the only, we have to find out what these people do for work. Because if they're getting Medicaid or if they're on disability or some kind of welfare, that needs to be taken away, Mr. Martyrdom. Yeah, that's true. Good call, Special Power. So yesterday while I was driving, multiple vehicles for over an hour. We were told that we were followed by multiple vehicles for an hour. We were told that we came up in a local ICE Watches group ICE database. You can hear us confirm to them multiple times that we are not ICE. At one point, they asked for IDs to see who. It's so funny that the left are saying, oh my God, it's like Hitler for real. They're going to say, show me your ID. And then what does the left do? Hey, I need to see your ID to make sure that you're not ICE. Okay.
We're not ICE.
I'm showing my face. I'm not ICE.
We've come to you. We're not ICE. Yeah, they've been following us for over an hour. We're not ICE.
They should just go into a McDonald's and park there and see what happens.
We're just letting them know, and they.
Not in an ICE vehicle, right?
No.
Right.
Right. Get in your truck and get the fuck out.
Yeah. Look, another soy boy right here would get totally dropped if he was around anybody that gave a damn.
Get the fuck out. Why? Because you need to go. Confirmed ICE. Get the fuck out. Get out.
Like how they're telling everybody to get out, but then doesn't want to clear everything up.
Our neighborhood, yes, 100%. Yes.
I'm curious, I guess, how
So-
you get into an ICE database.
We're not ICE. Okay, thank you. So you're messing it up.
Yeah. Again, total morons as usual. I mean, the left has just lost their mind. And then here we go with James Briggs right here. Let's see. The people running America right now are hauntingly despicable. And what happens? This dude gets totally mogged right now in the comments. I know, it's really true. It truly is, Matt. Let's see. No, those hiding criminal illegals in a violation. Not a pleasant, says the subhuman James Briggs. Shush. So everyone's a domestic terrorist now. Got it. Probably. No. Love this, James. Trump America is awesome. 4 years of Biden allow illegal has ruined our country. Barry Miller is right. Honoring detainers, local ST with government behalf. This guy follow? Yes, he follows. Okay. Listen, you're gonna get a like if you follow Indie Reporter. Don't pull a gun on police. Pretty simple. There we go. And by the way, James Briggs is the same guy who allegedly came from Michigan, from a blue city, moved to a red state, lived in Hamilton County for how long, and then completely just bitched about white people all the time. I remember he wrote an article about a gas station over in Hamilton County. A domestic terrorist? I mean, look up the definition. Brad, come on. Don't be gay, Brad. Oh yeah, Brad, I got a fucking problem with you right now. You let that asshole. I got a problem with you and John right now. You guys threw me under. You're on my shit list right now. So I'm going to be mean to you tonight, Brad. You decided that you were going to throw me under the bus when that dipshit DSA, goofy looking some bitch, made complete lie about me. You and John, by the way, didn't even ask him questions like, well, what do you mean by that? Yeah, you're going to get fucking mogged tonight if you say anything else. I'm not going to kick you out. I'm just going to make fun of you. I'm gonna throw you under the motherfucking bus is what I'm gonna do, Brad. Fucking pussy. Brad. Bitch ass Brad. You're on my shit list for right now. I thought we were gonna be friends, Brad, but just like every other Democrat, whenever it's convenient for you to throw me under the bus, that's what you guys do. Fucking bitch ass Brad and Boomer Schmitz. Fucking Skinwalker Schmitz letting your boy get thrown under the motherfucking bus. Didn't even want to question the DSA guy. See, at least with me, if somebody makes fun of you and makes something such an outrageous claim, I'm going to say, what are you talking about? I'm not going to say, like some fucking dope. Go back to your goy nip and your Funko Pop. Yeah, see, exactly, Drew, right? You were watching it too. Florida checking in. Skinwalker Schmitz checking in. Throwing me under the motherfucking bus, checking in. Let's see. So here we go. How are 7 agents unable to contain one man? Well, that's simple because they were told that they're not allowed to. Look at Derek Chauvin. Hey, we're not allowed to use chokeholds anymore. And we're not allowed to put knees on backs anymore. So yeah, and by the way, this was like 2 or 3 people. This wasn't just one person. Yeah, keep in mind, every effective hold is not necessary. Yeah, exactly. Join Eisen show. The restraining isn't hard. Restraining someone without hurting them badly. Well, yeah, if we could properly restrain them, we would just take a baton to the back of the neck. That's all. All right, so libertarians, of course, this is why Dave is such a dope. Dave Smith is a dope. These are the libertarians that are saying, oh, guess what? We should just allow the floodgates to be open. Hey, let them open, open your front porch saying with welcome. That's all you have to do. Hey, we should allow all these rapists and murderers from the cartels that are willing to rape and kill your child with not even thinking twice about it. And these are the James Briggs kinds of people. This is why everything blows right now, because we have people that are saying, yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's insane. I've seen a bunch of videos that were straight up telling U.S. citizens they are not allowed to record them in public. Yeah, when you have like a camera in front of a police officer's face or a federal agent's face and telling them not to do that, boy, it almost seems they're frustrated. It's like, don't fucking do that. Oh, and also they're going to troll them too. Because when you're getting these ICE agents are getting doxxed, or even today, where one of them got their finger bit off, yeah, guess what? Things are going to get escalated a little bit more. It's that simple. It's so annoying. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Dude, listen, I am a big proponent of if someone's going to make false claims about someone that I don't have a problem. I want to know, like, if someone were making an outrageous claim about Jesse Brown, I was like, well, what do you mean? What did he say? I would want to know that. I would ask them questions, because most likely, if it's coming from somebody from the DSA, I'm going to question them. I'm not like Jesse Brown. Anytime someone makes a claim about somebody, I'm going to ask them, what do you mean? Do you have proof on this, of this claim that you are making? However, this is why I am the level here, and a lot of people are the level here. It's so bloody annoying. Anyway, libertarians are so desperate to be leftists, saying that, you know, funny enough, Drew, we were just talking about this on Wednesday when we were talking about, like, hey, you know what? We're not going to be leftist libertarians. We're going to be more right-leaning, more Mises type, more Ron Paul types. And it's like the whole Libertarian Party has been infiltrated by... It's so true, D2 Indy. They have been infiltrated by Chase Oliver type of libertarians, where they're saying, hey, you know what? We should be able to spend tax money on transing men in women's prisons. Hey, guess what? That's what we should send taxpayer money. You know, this is why I like Corey so much. Corey totally gets it. You know, I think Corey doesn't like me right now, but it's okay. I still like Corey. Corey totally gets it. Did a great job on testimony on Wednesday as well. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. I'll talk about it on Tuesday. but it was pretty good. And everybody's making fun of the libertarians as usual. We just need based people back. Hey, guess what? If you're not supposed to be here, I don't even care if you never. Technically, you committed a crime. I love all these people are like, well, they've been here for 20 years and they never committed a crime. Them being not supposed to be here, them being here illegally is a crime. Oh, it's a misdemeanor. Yeah, a misdemeanor is still a crime. I hate to break it to you, but that's how it works there, pal. No, we're just talking about the leftist that got nuked today because he wanted to get involved. He wanted to, as they say, fuck around and find out. Yeah, and Zeke Arkman, Star Wars name. As a law enforcement officer, I've got a secret to tell you about us. This will be shocking info, so make sure you read this carefully. We hate it when people point guns at us, like a lot. We also love going home. All of our stuff is there. Therefore, if you point your gun at us and cause us to potentially miss going home, it's going to piss us off and cause us to point our guns at you. Then it just gets all messy. Hope this helps. Here's looking at you, Minnesota. You're going to lie to your kid about this too? I actually had some respect for you. Yeah, anybody that had... This is what I never understood. Most of the people, not all of them, but the mass majority, the douchebags for some reason have an upside down flag. I've never quite understood that. In distress. So what, he's having a period or something? Oh, the U.S. is in distress? Yeah. The U.S. is in distress by fucking retards that want to allow a bunch of rapists and murderers into this country. Anyway, Cernovich is right. They are willing to die for their cause. They try to. When Renee Good was shot, I warned several times that if organized bands of people didn't stop illegally impeding federal officers, there would be more deaths. Here we are. It has to stop. And they are willing to die for their cause. Dude, when the guy set himself on fire in front of Trump Tower, did we not all, he was suicide by cop, he was not killed. Dude, you know what? I wondered that. You know, when discuss immigration policy reform, coyotes are bad. Really? Yeah, I totally agree, Matt. Coyotes are bad. We're not talking about the animal. We're talking about the smugglers. So, yeah, suicide by cop. He was a martyr, basically. He's trying to be immortal, and nobody's going to remember them. Does anybody remember the guy's name? By the way, that good chick, she'll be forgotten by the end of the year, probably by the time of summer. Nobody will even think about her. The only reason why they'll remember her is because her last name's easy to remember. Same thing with the guy that was suicide by cop today too. Yeah, the revolution always needs martyrs. The commie jihadi alliance makes more sense when you see them always run the same playbook. And oldie but goldie, as they would say. All right, they said family members say the man killed by a federal officer in Minneapolis was an ICU nurse at a Veterans Administration who cared deeply about people and was upset by President Trump's immigration crackdown. Imagine caring more about illegals that will rape and kill your children than veterans. That's so crazy. Yeah, this right here is the moment he decided to get involved, grabbing an agent who is dealing with people harassing him. It's like a traffic stop when you carry. Keep your hands in a wheel. Dude, for real. It's literally that simple. Hey, cop, here. Do we have to play the Chris Rock video? It's like, how to not get your ass beat by the police? Hey, just follow orders. A little bit of orders. You want to be a little bit smug? Go for it. I saw Angela Ganote. She got pulled over today for her husband allegedly speeding. And the cop apparently was a complete asshole to her. So he was an asshole who will not be showing up for their shift too bad. Fuck around. It's so true, Jimmy. So true. That's why I'm wearing my Bigfoot, American flag Bigfoot shirt today. The old FAFO shirt, as they would say. When you white knight yourself to death. It's so true. When you get involved with federal agents while armed, you might have a bad time. And right now the rhetoric is, hey, I thought we were a country of 2A. Dude, if you're going to get involved with a fight with a gun, you're looking for trouble. It's that simple. You carry a gun to defend yourself, not to start trouble. Like when I carry, I carry only when I'm walking around downtown, or if I know I'm meeting somebody who might kill me. The guy was all about counseling. He was for sure. He was also terminally stupid. It's so true, Don. Terminally stupid. I'm not 100% sure he's better go until the body cam comes out, but I will lean on the side of eyes until it comes out. All he had to do was do nothing. Yeah, this guy nails it. All he had to do was nothing. All he had to do was do nothing. Dude, that's all you had to do. But everybody wants to play the hero, but then they die for it. It is how it is. And now the Indiana House Democrats, our thoughts and prayers are with Minnesota. We need untrained federal agents off our streets and Americans first and Second Amendment rights protected. Okay, who did a vote? Yeah, Steve is totally right. The Indiana Democrat Party is claiming that Border Patrol and ICE agents are untrained. This is Bobai's party, 100%. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, here we go, Dave Smith. I'm an immigration restrictionist. I believe that we have the right to remove any and all people who entered our country illegally. Also, ICE is out of fucking control. A bunch of pussies drunk on power going around intentionally escalating violent interactions and inactivity. They create these tragic situations, and after this gigantic show of force, they won't deport a fraction of the illegals who entered uninvited. It's simply not worth it. Shut the fuck up, all right? They can't go into jails. They go into public. The left riots, create chaos, and ICE gets blamed. Yeah. How is ICE escalating anything? That's what I would like to know. He did get sprayed and it was hilarious. Dude, I fucking love it. I love it. Dude, how many people also get sprayed and nothing happens? We don't know. It's like the tasers. Like, tasers don't always work. Just like mace doesn't always work. I do love watching people get pepper sprayed, though. It is fun. Mostly left. We have the right to remove any and all people who entered our country illegal, just not like that. Yeah, silence, retard. Exactly. And Cernovich, they can't. If you're an immigration restrictionist, shouldn't you have more of a problem with people trying to interfere with restriction of immigration? The only reason any of this is happening is because leftists are trying to stop cops from doing what we voted for them to do. Yeah, listen, I voted for this. In fact, I want them to go harder. We're gonna deport Brad, is what we're gonna do. We're gonna deport anybody who throws me under the bus. Use water spray. Dude, I would be okay. Well, in that temperature, I don't know how the water spray would work. However, I don't have a problem with Nickelodeon slime. So back to what you were saying, Brad. Hey, you know what? That's not really cool. Gee, I wonder exactly what this was all about, huh? Everybody that was mocking Charlie Kirk after he was murdered. That was a legitimate murder. Are planning another. Are they really? Good God, dude. I think I have that on the docket. Dude, Hamilton County's so cooked. It's so over. Hamilton County is just a bunch of. Okay, so this is what it was. And let me zoom that in for you guys too to show you exactly what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a bunch of maniacs. Here, let me zoom on in that. All right, this isn't like it's cut. This is actually there's a piece of finger that was bitten off. Look at that. All right, these are the kind of maniacs that we're dealing with right now. There will be no quarter for them. They will be deported. Why did I click view? And look, it's in a jar. That's where it's at right now. And there's the fingernail. I know because I had my finger crushed off before. I know exactly what the situation is like. It hurts. And so, yeah, Trump confirms that a leftist analyst bit off the finger of a Homeland Security officer in Minneapolis. He will lose his finger. He will. He will lose a digit for sure. Rabid animals. Just rabid animals. And who was it? These two jokers right here? And then Joe, of course. They executed a man and now they're kidnapping the witnesses. I like white American right here. I can only come so hard. Stop. Dude, the comments are just so good. What is this one?
Silly woman. Shut up. Silly woman.
I'm starting to get really scared now. Oh, man, it's so good. All right. So the first video of an ICE agent getting shot down is going to go so fucking hard. And, of course, Holly Mute and Daffy. By the way, give Daffy a follow. This guy is awesome. I absolutely love Daffy. Daffy Post, at Daffy Post. This is where I got this meme from, by the way. So whenever you see it on mine, that's what it is, the bottom right one was. You know how much that hurts. Oh yeah, I know exactly how much that hurts. I also have a heart. I know how much it hurts. Waiting in the hospital room for fucking 3 hours. Why do you homosexuals try to act so tough? If there was ever a video of an ICE agent getting murdered by a radical retard leftist, you aren't going to be like what comes next, but I will. Best wishes in the upcoming civil war, you retard cuck. So true. Impotent rage. Yeah, and then he killed the comments on it. Stupid fuck. Yeah, I'm an observer, bro. I'll literally die for you. LOL, I hate you. Give me money. I am the captain now. Looks like Ari Shafir. So moving on from that, when we talk about immigration, a migrant in London on London Underground doesn't understand why British people line up on the train. Why, when you can just jump on the queue?
Why do they have lines? Why are they in lines? You can literally skip the line and get the train. What the hell? They're all in the line. All in lines.
That's exactly, and all while the Epstein's list still. Yeah, I know everything's still. You know, I called that before Trump got actually sworn into office. I'm like, we're never gonna see it. But if I get a bunch of illegals deported, I'll be happy with that. I'm taking the good and the bad and trying to get. Listen, we can all criticize. Republicans are can criticize Trump, but Democrats, for some reason, refuse to criticize Democrats. I've never quite understood that. If we don't allow any of these jerk-offs in this country, I'll call it a wash. Let's see. Minnesota federal magistrate judge refused to sign a complaint bringing charges against Don Lemon in connection with the church protest on Sunday. So Grok could not give me a single example in 100 years of a magistrate judge refusing to sign off on a DOJ criminal complaint. We should recognize the rule of law is completely over America. Inevitably, this means the rule of iron and lead. Sorry, just the way it is. It's true. They have broken a contract. We are in a state of nature. And I'll tell you what, people like Brad don't quite understand. If we were to follow the rules of the jungle, he would be so totally fucked. People like James Briggs, people like Jesse, people like Brad, people like the DSA in Minneapolis, and even dipshit Mike Petrelli. If the rules of the jungle like actually applied, like real rules, they would all be fucked. I'm like, for real, for real. And you wouldn't have stuff like this at all. WMTV News goes, superintendent says mother of 5-year-old boy detained by ICE was distraught. Yeah, well, apparently the dad abandoned him. And same thing again on here. If it'll actually show up. Yeah. Exactly. Well, we live in a society not for right now, Brad. That isn't until the rules of the... Dude, I don't even think you guys understand like how much I'm looking forward to when the rules of the jungle. I have just been foaming at the mouth when the jungle rules start applying. When we get the when we actually get in charge. We will not stop. I have like sometimes I have like bloodlust thinking about it. When I'm just like, oh boy, we actually get like order, we get rule and order. If we actually had the rules of the jungle, the people that want order will get order. And we'll also, hey Brad, we'll also have the 10. When I'm king of Indianapolis, we'll have the 10 commandments perched in schools in IPS. We'll have a massive picture of Micah Beckwith as soon as you enter the foyer and say. And we'll all make the sign of the cross to Micah Beckwith. We're going to bring it into every library in Indiana. And we'll say, yes, my majesty, Beckwith. Just for Brad. Dude, it'd be so funny. I'm just joking on that part. Not on everything else, though. Also slightly joking about the 10 Commandments. Let's see. And, more fake news. That's all. That's all I was going to say about that. More fake news. The picture of the little boy in the blue hat with the ears, yeah, is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. I want to throw up. I hate this country. Yeah, we all have pictures that we all... oh, shit. Okay. Oh, okay. That's so crazy. Yeah, his criminal father abandoned him when he heard ICE was in the area, so he then took care of him and reunited him with the father at the holding facility. If they didn't, you would have started whining about separating children from their parents. You are complete scum, as usual. Democrats doing Democrat things. All right, so speaking of retards, I want to play this real quick.
So I'm Somali. I'm proud to be.
HRC lab. Oh yeah, so true, Matt. Yeah, that's never happening here. Listen, there are multiple things that we are never going to get ever know. And honestly, I think if we want to talk locally in the state, that kind of we're never going to get information about Epstein. We're never going to get information about the HRC laptop. We're never going to hear about what was it, not just the island, but what happens over in California. There's gonna be a lot of things that we never you know what, I like, my priority right now, and the mob wouldn't take the kid. Oh shit, I didn't know that the mob wouldn't take the kid either. That's wild. Yeah, Bohemian Grove, thank you. We're never gonna hear about a lot of these things. However, after listening to the committee meeting this week about drones, there needs to be an investigation. Do you guys remember those drones that were over New Jersey and they were saying it was from China? And it's like, oh, just kind of things. And everybody was saying, the conspiracy bros were like, oh my God, they're UFOs or whatever, or they're China. There was committee hearings on drones this week. I'm sure most of you saw it on the Indie Reporter accounts, but they were saying something was getting sprayed in the chicken barns and something sprayed over the farmland. And then all of a sudden, like, bird flu broke out. Do you guys remember bird flu from last year when, like, we couldn't get any eggs at all? And then obviously they were blaming Trump. That needs to be an investigation. We need to actually find out if that's true. And if it is true, we need to find out exactly what happened, because now they're fucking with our food supply. Anyway, speaking of food supply, let's talk about bananas and rice, huh?
Somali. To me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like it's an interesting thing. It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American, but it's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice. People don't really see, like, it's people don't think, oh, you can eat bananas with rice, but that's what it's like to be Somali and American.
By the way, these people vote. They poisoned those birds. Is that what happened, Ducky? They poisoned the birds? Is the chickens? Well, hold on. There ain't no bird flu. Oh, yeah. That's kind of where I was thinking. Like, did those drones poison the birds and then they said it was bird flu? Because I don't know if you went and saw the committee meeting, a drone shows up on your property and starts spraying unnoticed and they can't shoot it down. I know, right, D2 Indy? Dude, the cops say you can't shoot it down. That's bananas. And they said, oh, you can only do anything. It needs to be, you can't do anything unless it lands on your property. That shit needs to go like Interstellar and go and track the thing. Hey, they said, yeah, it is Somali, Kamala. They said you couldn't shoot it, but what does that mean? Can you get a net gun and shoot it down? I'm just saying, like, you're not using an actual gun, but can you capture it? Can you get like a lasso? Can you go all wrangling Whitty and then capture the drone? That's what I would like to know. Well, for real, I'd like to know. Let's see. This Minneapolis mom took her 18-month-old baby outside to do ice patrol in below freezing weather because she thinks her babies aren't more important than the children of random strangers. Gearing up to do ice patrol at my neighborhood school in sub-zero weather looks like when you've got an 18-month-old on your back because my babies aren't more important than anybody else's. Listen, I'm not going to say that some women shouldn't allowed to have children, but I will say some women should not be allowed to have children. This is child endangerment is what this is. This lady should be arrested. Dude, I was at a brewery. This is the same thought that I have, by the way, when you bring your children into a brewery or a bar. It's absolutely disgusting. Like, oh, they need to go out so bad. They need to go hang out with their friends or do some kind of activity so bad at a bar or a brewery that they're going to bring their children with. I hate it. Where's the dad? That's what I'd like to know. Is she taken care of because the husband goes and does the work and then the wife / mother decides to put their child in danger? Where's the comment? So they can brainwash away maternal instinct. Oh, that's a good point. Can you imagine falling backwards on the ice in this get up? My friend tell at the Nordstrom with her baby on chest and broke both of her baby's legs. Now imagine ice in this year, force of falling backwards where you can't even catch yourself. So true. You know what, Dad? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how are you able to go and do this? Like, it's daytime out right now. That means it's in the middle of the day, because if it's this bright out, it's probably what? Anywhere between, I don't know, 7 and 5 o'clock right now. Yeah. What, Dad? Husband? I don't know. Cuck? The Mr. Pegger, maybe? And then right here, monster rock thrower who fractured skull of 8-year-old girl on school bus is an illegal migrant from Mexico. Let's take a look at this article real quick. The maniac accused of hurling a rock at a school bus from a New Jersey turnpike overpass, fracturing the skull of an 8-year-old girl, is an illegal immigrant from Mexico with a long rap sheet. Fernando Garcia Morales, 40, allegedly threw the baseball side stone at a bus returning Teacock. Well, cops, he believed the bus. Okay, so he told the cops he believed the bus was the devil or his enemy when he was arrested. And by the way, he obviously does not know how to speak English because he has headphones on him. When he was arrested 2 days later after the attack at a homeless encampment in New Jersey. Yeah. These people, I mean, to be honest, this guy should be executed. You can't save him. You need to be deported to an island. But guess what, everybody? For the in New York City, your tax dollars are going to be wasted even more. Zohan Mamdani confirms undocumented migrants will qualify for universal daycare. So even if you're an illegal and you have children, taxpayers will fund the daycare. The federal government needs to pull their funds, without a doubt. Zohan, the city we can afford. Yeah, this is, Gio, hope they don't violate his civil rights. So true.
These are programs for every single New Yorker. These are not programs that are going to ask the immigration status of any one of the children. All of those children are New Yorkers. They should all be enrolled in pre-K and 3K, no matter where they were born or where they come from.
This is just like Democrats with everything else. Hey, we need to have pre-K. Hey, we should have government-funded pre-K. Okay, so where do you get the money from that? Oh, what about the $5 billion extra that we have? By the way, that is a $5 billion reserve in case we need something. And I'm not defending the state for having a giant coffer, because apparently they need it to make sure they keep their AAA rating for debt. At the same time, do most people not have a savings account? I'm just going to point that out, because we still have pensions to fund. We still have other taxpayer funded. Hey, if we were able to get rid of, if you're wanting to get rid of teachers' pensions, officers' pensions, insert any other government pension, then let's go with that. I don't trust any man who wears a ring in his index finger. Wait, is that true? Good catch. Good catch, Jimmy. I didn't even notice that, but yeah, same thing with peaking rings. I don't agree. Any kind of ring, unless it's on your left hand, on your left finger, then no bueno. Okay, so right here, the Minneapolis couple raised nearly $200,000 based on lies claiming that their SUV with their infant was caught between protesters and immigration officers, and that tear gas fumes required their baby to be hospitalized. They're among the rioters and left their baby alone in the vehicle. Yeah, $171,000. Here. Where's the sound? There's no sound. No panicking out, even as feds start moving in. Based on the timestamp video, this would be 8:35, fully 45 minutes before 911 call. People trying to communicate those fell off the way off. The time gap of 45 minutes between the Jackson's appearances live stream. Yeah. Miss Destiny. Something about Destiny, the first name Destiny and the last name Wells, that never turns out good. All right, moving on. This is what's great. Now the Black Panthers are training to protect their community from ICE. Blacks will protect their community from ICE, but not from their own criminal gangs. 100% this is funded to organize because black people don't care that much about immigrants. Could be. What does this say? I'm kind of afraid to click on it. Oh, okay. Okay, okay, stop. But Black Dynamite, I sell drugs to the community. Are they doing a Roman?
Uso. What are we here for?
For the protection of the black man and woman and child by any means necessary. Unify, educate, demonstrate, liberate.
Shit, son. Listen, we got to get them federales, you know? Those gangs, though, don't smack on the corner. Nah, son. That's entrepreneurship. All right, so a third world illegal alien just arrested for raping a sleeping 16-year-old girl during an armed home invasion in Nashville, Tennessee. Renee Good died trying to kill ICE agents protect illegal alien rapist. These are the people that Brad are defending, the people that Briggs are defending. I know, for real, D2 Indy, yeah. Yeah, so
slept in her Millwood Drive apartment. Police say he entered the victim's unlocked apartment with a gun and a knife. Louisville police arrested him this afternoon after receiving information from Metro Police about his whereabouts.
I mean, this is why you lock your door, but also, like, we live in a low-trust society where you have to lock your door because you'll have illegal aliens trying to rape and kill you. Similar stories. First to cover that story, let's see. Dems and bones of deport aliens. Yeah, that's crazy. Didn't Virginia have a bill too that would lower something about rapes and other shit? Wad. I know, right? I know, right, Drew? A-Wad. Yeah, Chris Hansen. We can't do a sting without catching someone who is illegal. This is wild.
We've seen an increase in illegal immigrants being caught in our stings across the country. And it seems today that we can't do a sting, whether we're in the South or the Midwest or West Coast or East Coast, without catching somebody who's in this country illegally.
It's so crazy. Yeah, I got a great idea for a new reality show. Yeah, very serious problem with a bunch of aliens are trying to have sex with minors. Moving on. All right, so Brandon Harnish, aka Paleo GOP, he goes, this is how it works. Illegals live under a different set of rules. If you or I drove on a suspended license and didn't show up for court, our lives would be ruined. The full force of the law would be ruthlessly brought down upon us. For them, it's just another day. They get back in the car, drive drunk, and endanger Americans. Insurance, don't be ridiculous. You and I, we pay insurance bills on every car we own. Illegals, not a chance. But this doesn't stop them from using the roads, and our insurance costs are higher as a result. Our system is too soft. This is very well said. Bort for sure. Not Cabe Whitley in the chat. Let's go. All right, so this is very, very true. And I have a couple of examples, actually, in Hamilton County. Crap. Hold on. Oh, today? So I was coming back from Plainfield today. Was it Plainfield? Yeah, it was Plainfield. And I was over on Rockville. And all of a sudden, I see a semi-truck almost enter onto Rockville from, I forgot which street. It was by the Aldi. God. Anyway, guess what truck it was? A Mahant Transportation. Wow, who would have guessed, huh? So crazy. All right, so Angel Horaz Regino. I think this was what, not possession of weed. Actually, let's look up Mendoza. Knowing or intentionally operating a vehicle. This was, when did it get decided? Okay, so it got decided just, back in January of 2025. This is a problem happening in Hamilton County right now. Carmel City Court. Knowingly or intentionally operating motor vehicle without ever receiving a license. What happened? You plead guilty, and all you had to do is pay a fine. $35 fine on $189 court cost imposed. Defendant ordered to be fingerprinted. Confinement to commence. County jail, 60 days. Suspended, 60 days. So all they had to do was pay, what, $220-something, and then they were off? Same thing with here. From Daniel Reyes. Knowing or intentionally operating a motor vehicle without ever receiving a license. Operating a motor vehicle without ever receiving a license. Same thing that happened here. One of the charges, I think, got dismissed. The other one just had to pay a fine and ordered fingerprints ordered to be fingerprinted. Actually, no, hold on. And then Estrada Oli Herson Gabriel, also known as Estrada Olivia Herson Gabriel, or Oliva. Anyway, operating a commercial vehicle without a CDL. No medical certificate on driver's possession. This was back in 2023. What happened with that? Where was it? Dismissed, right? Where is it? I know the certificate one got dismissed. Oh, here, in there. Operating a commercial vehicle without a CDL admission. All right, this is what I want to go back and see. This guy, and then we'll go into the next one. Was it one of six trucks? Yeah, it was one of six trucks. It was Mahant Transportation. It had his name on there. I'm going to see him I'm most likely going to see him on Monday. I'm going to ask him why Phil has me blocked on Facebook. Here we go. I want to check something out. Okay, so they own it. Herson, Gabriel, Estrada, Olive. I'm never going to be able to get that. All right, let's do it by the address. I want to see if there's anything on the address. If he's driving a CDL, that's the problem. Is there anything? Oh, look at that. There's a search carrier showed up on it for one driver. AEG Construction LLC. That is the address, right? 1178. Yep. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? All right, so let's look up it on InBiz. Indie Defender meeting. What's on second? Oh, we got some fun stuff on the second thing. We're going old school, Whitty, on the next one. What's on second? Oh. Let's see. Wait a minute here. Been canceled. When did it get canceled? 2017. Oh, okay. Thank you. Is that a boom? Yeah, I think I just had a boomer moment. Oh, okay. It's a boomer joke, and I also had a boomer moment. Johnny Longfeather in the chat. Let's go. Herson, Estrada, Oliva. Yeah, here we go. From AEG Construction. So the owner of AEG Construction does not have a CDL, but he's driving one. So he must have done something pretty egregious to get pulled over. Because in Marion, this was in Carmel. So yeah, definitely doing something egregious. But he got an what is this? An immigration lawyer? Benitez. Criminal defense, Indiana. Yep. Yeah, here we go. Indiana immigration. Wow. Who would have thought, huh? I can't believe it. This freaking website would actually load. Doesn't want to load. The it's Mark Lopez Law Firm is a full-service immigration. His son is of an immigrant parents. Attorney Antonio Benitez knows the challenges. Blah, blah, blah. All right, let's check out his LinkedIn. If it'll actually load. Oh, okay. Thank you, Drew. Thank you for the heads up, Drew. I appreciate it. Oh, and he was a certified legal intern for the prosecutor's office. Who would have guessed, huh? Deport. Yeah, deport this motive. Mark Lopez, trial attorney. He was a deputy prosecutor for the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? All right. We good here? I think we're good here. Okay, real quick before we move on to the second part. Oh, there's the second part. Cool. We'll leave that there. What do we got here? Okay. Did you guys see this at all? A guy tried to steal a cop car and ends tragically. I mean, this guy got totally GTA'd. So there was a shootout between this black dude and a cop. I don't know if it has the full. Yeah, you could see it right here. You can see the cop right here and the guy right here, and they're shooting back at each other from like mere feet.
Oh my god, he's shooting the cop.
He's shooting the cop, who knows? Goes back and forth, tries to steal the car, and it's in an immobilizer mode, so they just start lighting him up.
He's running.
He gets shot. All right, so this is the part that I want you to pay attention to is up here. He gets shot and goes down. Now watch what happens GTA style. Pay attention.
Oh my god!
Dude, I wish that someone would throw like Sonic rings on there. It's like you're gonna have a shootout with a cop and you're gonna think that, whoa, we're gonna play it safe now. Hey, we're going to gently try and lay you on the ground and arrest you. No, we're gonna shoot you. We're gonna run you over, and then we're gonna go to town on you. This guy you can see his body getting moved from the bullets that are entering his body. It's so awesome. Boom.
Fuck!
They're just treating him like a piñata.
And he's still shooting.
Yeah, this is called justice. That's what this is called. You try to kill one of the cops in a shootout. You try to prevent a cop from going back to his family, seeing his children, seeing his wife, and you're gonna think that, oh, we should play it nice. Fuck you. We're going to shoot you, then we're going to run you over, and then we're going to go to town on you. That's justice. At least it's not TWG. So true. Love it. Absolutely love it. This is what we need more of. All right, so speaking of Briggsy being a little bitch, yeah. Why not use the wet thing between your ears and do it and not waste water and energy on AI? Because it was faster and more productive. This way I can now spend my time doing other things. Yeah, going, I don't know if you saw this or not. Yeah, like going on, yeah, Cam Hardy's right, by the way. Yeah, like what? Crying about fucking illegal rapist? Shit. Barbara in the house, let's go. And then steal his shoes. Yeah, steal his shoes is right. That's what I've been saying. You want the final thing? You jerk off on his driver's side door handle and you take his shoes. Anyway, so Briggs is already shilling for VOP. He had this article about how high IQ VOP is. Dude, I would murk VOP in a debate, all right? He would lose so bad. Because all you have to do is call on him of, hey, you were front and center. You told the police to push Lauren Roberts out of the meeting. Not that I really have that big of a problem with it, because she was being disruptive. However, it's not going to look good for you. I would have let her go on a little bit longer. Give her like 5 minutes, however long it was, and then that's what you should have done. Any reporter from Air? Yeah, damn right. Dude, I'm gonna mog everybody. Of course, they're going to be using all the things that I'm saying right now against me, and I'm just going to lean into it. But anyway, all right, so going into 2025, this is how much money VOP had. Over $500,000, a milli. And Andrea Hunley, she has just over $100,000 in there. I don't care about total raised. I only care about how much you have in your bank account right now. Yeah, also, Hunley is really bad about money. Ad contributions, don't really care about that. Outstanding debt, $58,000, and yeah, the advantage. But Cam Hardy is right. I've seen candidates raise a lot of cash and still get smoked. Yeah, what happens to the 1.16 that Hogshead's sitting in? Dude, that's the thing. Here's what's really funny. I saw this tweet, and I was like, where's Hogshead at? Where's Ryan Mears at? Why aren't you guys talking about that? So I pull this up. I go out, and I get the campaign finance reports because they all dropped at the same time. Hogshead's got like over $1.1 million. So if he wants to run again, there's probably a very good chance that he wins the primary, especially if the entire primary is loaded with people. If to be honest with you, I hope Hogshead wins again or runs again and wins the primary, because debating him on the debate stage will be so much fun. But anyway, James Briggs is shilling for VOP Osley, so get ready for it. And Bobai, obviously. And speaking of, Adam Brenn's already shilling for Bobai. From Thousand Who's. Oh, yeah. And then by the way, not a single journalist, not a single news reporter has mentioned how much money Bobai has received from out-of-state donors, or who even some of the donors are. I mean, Blythe Potter is pointing it out. I think she's a crazy lady. However, the last thing I want is another Nepo baby in office. I don't care if it's on the left or the right. Morales is a piece of shit. Yeah, daddy raising money for you isn't the same as an actual Exactly, dude. So fucking true. Sarah Jezebel is totally right. Yeah. Yeah, and Steve, sticking up for Indie Reporter, base Steve over here. We talked about this, like how much going through all the buy reports. And by the way, I'm still going through them. And like the people that donated to him, and the people that I want to know who he's spending money with too. So Emily Gurwitz, who runs like some strategy group, he's giving money to her. Emily Gurwitz is I think the current treasurer or former treasurer of Joe Hogsett. So, after session is over, I'll have a whole video about that. All right, moving on. Great job. So Virginia, this is what I was talking about earlier. Virginia Democrats introduced a bill to end mandatory minimum sentences for rape, manslaughter, and child pornography. And this is the person. This is the demon that sponsored that bill. I'd like to know which bill was it. Who? Oh, here it is. Who? Patron and Cousins? Is that who it was? Who was the person that introduced the bill? Yeah, they struck out upon conviction, the sentence such person shall include a mandatory. All right, so who is Patron and Cousins? That's what I want to know. Virginia? Legislator? I think. How about Patron Cousins? I'll get Ray. I don't know how things work there. Okay, Ray Cousin. Now, who's Patron? Oh, this chick, yeah. So some fat black chick. She introduced a bill to end mandatory minimum sentences for rape, manslaughter, and child pornography. So like I've said forever, Democrats are the party of child pornography. They are the party for rape. They are the party for manslaughter. They don't care about accountability. Yeah, they don't care about trying to protect children at all. We can talk about Epstein files all day long, but when you have bills like this, that ends mandatory sentencing for child pornography and rape, yeah, they don't give a shit about trying to protect anybody. Okay, so moving on, though, Black Indie Live, they go on there, and obviously they're going to make everything some kind of black thing, and says, Bob versus Andrea Hunley. One will almost certainly become Indianapolis' first black mayor, and the debate is already heating up. Which is really funny because they haven't talked about Hogsett. They haven't talked about Ryan Mears. Hunley has no money, and it's going to be a loaded primary. So you will expect this to be very expensive, especially if Joe runs. If Joe wins, I would put money on him winning. And Hunley doesn't do shit anyway. She's only had like maybe 2 bills that have actually gone through. It's like J.D. Ford. I think he decided maybe like 1 bill in 8 years. And Hunley's a first-timer, there's first-termer. Hunley, she shows up in the community and cares about her constituents. No, she doesn't, actually. Well, yeah, she shows up. But also, her husband is kind of fucking weird. I saw him. I've seen him a couple of times, but he runs, what is it, community something? Where is it?
I'm going to touch base real quick before our event on Friday. Been having a lot of discussions lately about the roles that we all need to play individually, collectively, to support one another, to support the good things that are happening in our city and in our community.
All right, he runs like, what is he? Yeah, oh yeah, Creative Morning / Indianapolis. He helped out Ryan Mears on his campaign back in 22. I saw in one of the campaign reports. All right, so all right. There was a bill. The reason why I bring up about the safety thing, totally losing her mind on one of these bills. I don't know how much I agree with this one, but let's just take a gander. This bill makes wearing a mask during the commission of a criminal offense a sentencing aggravator. So if you're trying to rape somebody and you're wearing a mask, it's an automatic sentencing aggravator. The bill makes it malicious littering, a Class A misdemeanor for a person to place refuse on a property of another person with the intent to cause the owner or occupant of the property to reasonably fear for their physical safety. You guys want to know what this is about? This is what they are saying, what happened at the colleges, where you had these pro-Palestinians throw anti-Jew flyers onto the ground, and they were just throwing them all over the place, and it's littering. So they're making up. I've never heard this term before, malicious littering. And so what they're trying to say is, if you're throwing all these flyers, and the intent is to cause the owner or occupant of the property to reasonably fear for their physical safety, it will be a Class A misdemeanor. So if you go to some Jew's house and you throw like swastika flyers over there, that's malicious littering. I don't know how it would work if a bunch of black people had a bunch of anti-white rhetoric. Obviously, that would never. I don't think they would get charged for malicious littering. However, they would. I mean, if it was the anti-Jew thing, I think they would get charged for malicious littering. That would be my guess, anyway. Yeah, so it's right here, a new crime. I was looking this. Let's look this up real quick. Malicious littering. Homeowner infuriated after discovering. Oh wow, there's an actual. It refers to intentional act of disposing of waste in a way that harms the environment or public spaces. But they're using this bill as a for someone to reasonably fear for the physical safety. What is this? Homeowner discovering neighbor's malicious action. She's doing it on purpose. Littering is rude. Oh, the homeowner's neighbor has repeatedly left empty beer cans on their front porch despite being asked several times to stop. Unfortunately, some neighbors take it upon themselves to make others' lives more difficult. From excess garbage to poisoning gardens, nightmare neighbors, blah, 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 blah. This is about HOA stuff. All right, so Hunley, I think this was on the whatever day that was. What was the 22nd? So 2 days ago on Thursday, this bill was being talked about. And so listen to Hunley's testimony.
Tell you about a very specific circumstance that recently happened here in my Senate district, just a few blocks away from the State House. There was, this was 2 weeks ago, I was sitting here and I get a panicked text message from a parent at a school. Her child, with their cell phone, took a picture out of the window, and just outside of the school window on the sidewalk was a gentleman who was wearing a mask and carrying a very, very large automatic gun.
How do you know it was an automatic gun? First off, show us the picture, by the way. What did they look like? Was it a homeless guy wearing a mask carrying an automatic gun? Because I don't believe you, by the way. Why don't you show us the picture?
And these children, just over on 10th Street, were looking out the window.
Okay.
They were seeing this happen.
Okay. Did anything happen?
The person wasn't committing a crime, because you can carry openly.
Yeah.
Even if it's on our protected sidewalks, even if it's within eye-line view of children in a school building.
Yes.
The entire community was terrified. These pictures of this gentleman started showing up on Facebook.
I didn't see any pictures, by the way.
Police approached the person and they said, "I'm just exercising my constitutional right to carry. I'm not doing any harm.
Yeah.
I'm not committing any crime."
Yeah.
So it's not the masks that are the problem. It's the guns. I want to be very clear about that. And that this is only effective if the person commits a criminal offense.
Yeah.
But what if they're still terrorizing the community?
How are they terrorizing? This is why we can't have a Mayor Hunley, because she's saying, hey, some dude, by the way, haven't seen the picture. If there was a picture, Indianapolis Watch would have posted it. So I don't know what pictures that she's talking about. However, some guy walking around the neighborhood with a automatic weapon, wearing a mask, not doing anything, is terrorizing the neighborhood. Literally just walking around, not doing anything. By the way, this happened by me a few years ago. I don't believe her either, Ducky. I do not believe her at all. Show us the proof. That's what I want to know. You know what's gonna be really funny if it's some fucking black dude wearing a mask with a and it was a BB gun. I would not be the least bit surprised. Automatic gun. Yeah, exactly. The automatic. I think she said automatic rifle. What'd she say exactly? Hold on. Let me go back. This thing's block service. Instead, there was this tweet she's in there. Massage from a gentleman who is wearing a mask and carrying a very large automatic gun. Well, what kind of gun? Post a picture. I know the gun bros. We'll get Guy Redford on there. We'll find out what kind of automatic gun it was. But the fact that the guy's just walking around minding his own business with probably a BB gun while wearing a mask is, how are they terrorizing the neighborhood? By the way, we have homeless people harassing people downtown, but yet Hunley won't ever talk about that. We have bums on the foyer or on the, I don't know if it's the steps, but where's the pavilion maybe? City County building, whatever it is, across the street from the transport, and setting their balls on fire. No problem there, though. We have women getting attacked and potentially raped on Monon Trail. Hunley is quiet on that, though, but some fucking dude that we have no proof of allegedly walking around the neighborhood with some automatic gun and having a mask on, that's terrorizing the neighborhood. This is why we can't have a Mayor Hunley. She's a very unserious person. But anyway, so like a few years ago, there was some black guy that was walking down Rockville, and I saw them. He had an AR around his chest, like strapped. Wasn't even holding it. Was just holding it like I was gonna say something, just like some random dude, like from A Christmas Story. Yeah, we have homeless people stealing bulldozers. We're having bums on bulldozer problems, but yet a guy walking around is terrorizing the neighborhood. Okay, Hunley, whatever you say. So anyway, the Rockville guy, and so I got home. I was like passing him by on like Rockville and Lyndhurst, and I hop on Broadcastify, and as soon as I hop on it, there's a phone call, or everybody's calling 911 talking about how this guy was walking around with an AR on him. He wasn't like carrying it like he was about to go shoot somebody. He had the strap on, and it just had it around his body basically. And everybody was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go talk to him." It's like, "Is he doing anything? Is he pointing at anybody?" And he goes, "No." And it's like, "Well, he's not doing anything wrong then." This is preemptive, a preemption, basically. So a suspicion. Yeah. So they're building shit at the Pac 9 homeless camp. Oh, I know. Dude, I was there. I was there at the Pac 9. I had a bunch of pictures. Dude, it's pretty wild, honestly. We should go take a walk over there, Drew. It's kind of wild. I had one homeless lady start following me, and then I lifted up my shirt to let her know that I was carrying, and then she stopped doing it. But anyway, so cops called, guy said, "I'm gonna go talk to him real quick." And so he was talked to, and I heard it on the radio on Broadcastify saying like, "Yeah, he's just walking around. He's not doing anything." He's like, "Keep your, if we stay close to him, but if he's not doing anything, don't bother anything." We're literally not doing anything but walking around. Until he actually does something, it means nothing. Lord of the Flies. Never read it. All right. Oh, yeah. So Brendan Shane. Make sure you give a shout out. Go and follow Brendan Shane from Beyond Formal. He's officially on the anti-fascist list now. Him with Nick Sortor, Nick Shirley, Cam Higbee, right there. Brendan Shane, because he was interviewing people in Chicago, asking questions. And it was actually pretty cool. He posted this. I'm like, damn, that's awesome. Good for him. Also, that means he has a target on his back, which is not cool. All right, so I will tell you, I'm not a fan of what is going on here right now with Turning Point. This girl, who is the host of Culture Apothecary, I don't know how to even say the Apothecary with Alex Clark. Huh? Apothecary. Yes. I have an extraordinary announcement to make on behalf of TPUSA. My home state of Indiana is planning a partnership with Turning Point USA with the goal of establishing chapters on every high school and college in the state. The announcement will be formally made at the Governor's Mansion on March 12th, where I will be speaking on behalf of conservative Hoosiers. More details to come soon. The state of Indiana will be encouraging students to start chapters and threatening legal action against anyone who threatens the First Amendment rights of students. Of course, I go and check this out. Everybody can comment on it. And then I go back, and then she killed comments on it. So I'm guessing that she was getting a bunch of hate on here. Don't spend your money to these con artists. I used to be on a list I donated in the past. This organization is not trustworthy. They use God to manipulate Charlie. Never did that. That's what I've been kind of wondering, if it's been hijacked by grifters. Also, my number one rule is never trust e-whores. Never trust alleged conservatives in belly shirts that are basically trying to have seduction pictures. Not a fair. Here we go right here. January 2nd. Does this look like a conservative woman? No. Does this look like some kind of e-whore that's trying to get money? Yes. Not trusting this whatsoever. What other pictures does she have? Wearing sweatpants to airports so everyone knows I'm not MAGA. Is that a dude? Yeah, when you're being mean to me, is this where you're going to be mean? That's exactly what doing. First off, never trust e-whores. Bunch of grifting women. What the hell is this all about? Okay. That's goofy. All right. So, obviously, I won't be invited to that, nor would I probably wouldn't go either. But be careful. Be careful of the grifters. Senator and future candidate. Oh, this is what I was talking about. Senator and future candidate for Indianapolis Mayor Andrea Hundley is afraid of people who are terrorizing the community but who have not yet committed a crime, and says we need further legislation to act against them. I have no idea what that means. Yeah. It's pre-crime thinking is what it is. Criminalizing speech. She's wanting to criminalize anybody that's walking around with an alleged gun, which, by the way, who has no proof. Democrats seem to have this problem with not providing it on any proof of all this terrorizing. Seems familiar, right? All right, so Tom Davies post, GOP state, if you're going to take a Senate incumbent, you've got to have a bazooka, says former Indiana state senator on the primary threats. Here's the thing, though. They never say who that person was, I think. Hold on, let's see. Oh, it's Jim Merritt. Okay, there we go. If you're going to take on a Senate incumbent, you've got to have a bazooka. Jim Merritt said in an interview, you've got to have some might behind your name, and none of those people do. Yeah, okay. Let's talk about it then. I wish I could find out when this, hold on. So Holdman has is a Senate SR5, yes, Senate Resolution 5. By the way, hold on, let's look at the timeline. Let's look at the timeline, boys. All right, so what happens? January 22nd, Trump made a tweet about primarying Holdman. What happens on the 22nd? There is a Senate resolution urging Congress to propose an amendment to the U.S. Constitution to establish that campaign and election spending may be regulated. Wow, crazy timing, right? That the same day that tweet goes out, that Holdman has an SJR for it, Senate Joint Resolution, to try and limit campaign donations. Wow. Yeah, Merritt does suck. He's the worst. Stroke out Jim. Guy always seems like he's having a stroke on air. I'm not talking about whacking it. It's so funny. And I don't know if they're going to say, oh, it's because of Bo Bai. But then how come they didn't do this last year? Like, they saw Bo Bai getting a crazy amount of money. Why didn't they have this out a couple of days ago, the day before when the campaign reports came out? The campaign reports came out on the 21st. There's an SJR that came out on the 22nd, on the following day. Why didn't he have this? We all knew. We saw the 10,000 supplemental donation reports that were coming out. We knew by the time you added them all together, they're probably close to $1 million. He never did that back in December to have an SJR. No, he waited until the day when this tweet came out at 7:32. And then I only noticed it when I was having the show yesterday. I was like, oh, what's this all about? Campaign election spending may be regulated. That's interesting. Just saying, interesting timing. By the way, yeah, fuck Briggs. Where is this? Oh yeah. So Indie Reporter totally ratioed Mike Braun. He goes to this Catholic school over on the east side, and he goes, in celebration of Indiana opting into new tax credit that will expand school choice scholarships, thanks to the students who gave me such a warm welcome, showed me their school, and let me take a look at their projects. More about the tax credit, blank, blank, blank. And if you look at all the pictures, they're really brown. And I am mistaken. Dude, this guy's definitely Indian. Don't give me that shit. A lot of them are Indian. So Indie Reporter goes, India or Indiana? And then we got 126 likes compared to his 65 likes. Oh, yeah. And then someone told me that they're actually Mexican or Hispanic. I'm like, nah. Dude, this one totally looks Indian right here. They all look, I mean, maybe. This one right here. This one. On the mouse. I know, it's like a 15-second delay. Yeah. So, yeah. And then I continued the Briggs hate. My son's scout troop has canceled a snow tubing outing over the impending winter weather. I love Indiana. The state has given me so much. He needs to be deported back to Michigan. But I'm sorry, Hoosiers are some weak asses when it comes to cold temps. Then the next day, he says, oh, I saw a northern Michigan ski hill announce it's closing its weekend due to weather. Hoosier fortitude is off the hook for the storm. This is just like the Micah Beckwith and Mike Braun tweet. Bubble will burst. Off topic tonight, sorry. Shit, I heard June, Matt. So this is just like the Braun and Beckwith tweet that was about Mark Sanchez. And also, why do you have to wait for the scout troop to take your kids snow tubing? You're allowed to do that yourself unless you're just like, oh, I wish this kid would go away from me, because it sounds like you're being a terrible father is what it sounds like. You're allowed to take your kids snow tubing whenever you want to, but it sounds like you want the scout troop to go and take your kids somewhere so you can do whatever. Terrible father, shit Briggs, being a bad parent as usual, also being a dope, talking shit about Indiana. At the Michigan, he's like, oh, actually, Michigan did the same thing. Couldn't even wait, could you? Because I guarantee you, if something bad were to happen and they said, oh, why are they even allowed? Because that's what would happen. All right, so right here again, speaking of going off topic, oh, what's the next thing that we're going to talk? Oh, okay. I think we're going to go off topic now. Right here, World Economic Forum, they say they admitted that the COVID-19 pandemic served as a test of the public's willingness to comply with their vision for the planet. BSA stands for Babysitters of America, bad dad. So true. A huge number of unimaginable restrictions for the public health were adopted by billions of citizens across the world. There were numerous examples globally of maintaining social distancing, wearing masks, mass vaccination, acceptance of contact tracing applications for public health, which demonstrate the core of individual social responsibility. So obviously they told us to wear a cloth on our face and hide from a virus. They arrested people for working out and opening their doors. Remember how much they were arresting people even in Florida for being outside on the beach? None of it was about science, ever, not a bit. It was about control and seeing how much we'd tolerate. We failed the test. Bingo bongo. All right. So this is part of the reason of this hemp bill that's coming out, by the way. 3 young children ingested THC gummies but are expected to recover. IMPD reminds parents to keep medications, harmful items. Now, this happened at some shady hotel over on the east side where somehow they were able to get a hold of these THC gummies. Well, look at it. It looks like candy. The packaging has to be regulated. I'm sorry. But if this is how we're going to, if we're going to do this with THC or CBD, the packaging has to change. Because this just looks like SpongeBob gummies, basically. All right, so this fucking bitch. Just an Indiana girl. Indiana GOP priorities. Execution by firing squad. Option for low-death inmates based. Legalizing water cremation. That bill was out there last year, too. Banning declawing of cats. By the way, this bill is by a Democrat, okay? Allowing alcohol delivery to offices. By the way, Democrats love this bill. Naming the breaded pork tenderloin sandwich as the official state sandwich. Yeah, that one is dumb. I would agree with you. Agreed on the packaging. Yeah. I mean, if we're going to do this, then there needs to be very thought out. I don't know why this bitch follows me either. She needs to be deported back to. You know, I've always said this about Democrats in rural areas. They're like an invasive species, basically. Like, you're not supposed to be there. You are killing the area that you're not supposed to belong in. These Democrats should be in urban areas. They need to stay out of rural areas. People like Blythe Potter need to move out of Bargersville and move to Indianapolis. People like her ruin that area. Just like this crazy broad. All right, so of course, with 3 open Indianapolis Senate seats, is there opportunity for Democrats? Which is really funny because 2 out of the 3 are Democrat held right now. Andrea Hundley is a Democrat. J.D. Ford is a Democrat, and I'm guessing they are talking about Kyle Walker. Is that who it is? Is this guy yeah, Kyle Walker, which is in a purple area. So I'm not exactly sure. They're framing this like, oh my God, Republicans already control all of them. No, 2 out of the 3 are Democrats already. Knock it off, okay? All right. Speaking of crazy women, though, basically, this woman. Hold on, let me make sure. This woman was offered, was dating this guy. Christian man proposed to her. He told her she didn't have to grind herself into the ground. She could build a home, raise children, be covered, be protected, be cherished. She was offended. Feminism told her that that offer was an insult, that dependence was weakness, that partnership was oppression. She chose to lie. So she went and got girl bossed. Hold on, do I have the video? Oh, yeah. Here we go.
I was in college, I dated a very traditional Christian man who asked me at one point, how do you feel about after you graduated, we just immediately got married and you were a stay-at-home wife and you didn't have to work? I was honestly offended by that question because I was so passionate about this thing that I was getting a degree in that I was just so eager to enter the workforce and do this thing that I loved and get money for it. Fast forward to today, I've graduated, we broke up, I'm now working in the profession of the thing that I got a degree in, and I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I don't want to do it anymore.
That's fake, by the way. This is totally fake. I'm not buying any of it. This is more like a, hey, guess what? Maybe like being a whore in your 20s and expecting some guy to treat you well afterwards after you've swallowed so much cum and decide to get injected by a whole bunch of jizz from random bar people. Not exactly good long term. So if a guy is willing to work his ass off and treat you well and take care of you and your guys' children, probably not a bad idea, right? But feminism has taught people, especially the modern feminism, is like, no, you should be a girl boss. Your leader, the person that you should be listening to is your boss at work. You are loyal to the company. You will be not having any children. You'll be a wine. You'll be a booze bagger, and you'll just feel completely incomplete. But that's okay because GDP go up. The same devil that lied to Eve in the garden is in the car lying to women on their way home today. So true. And abortion is part of the lie. Thank you for exposing it. Yeah. You know, someone made a tweet that since like the year 2000 up to now, there's been more babies killed than the amount of people that died during World War II. Or soldiers or something. I don't know if that's true or not, but speaking of demonship, Meghan Trainor has welcomed a baby girl named Mikey Moon via surrogate. I hate this kind of stuff. I hate that. I think surrogacy is totally demonic, especially when you're treating this like you gave birth. You did not give birth to this child. You rented somebody's womb, and then they got preggo, and then you took that child, is what you did. And now you're trying to get that child to imprint on you like you were the one that birthed him or her. By the way, a lot of people, yeah, why is she posing like she gave birth then? Surrogacy evil. Why is she acting like she did it? Why is she naked? Kid is going to be trans, by the way. This is so true. So the human trafficker bought a baby, and now she's posting like she was the one who gave birth to her. Gross. Skin to skin here is doing nothing. The purpose is that the baby can smell the one they've been inside for 9 months, hear the heartbeat she's heard for 9 months, and get the hormones flowing to the mother for milk production. This is utopian. So true. This is nothing but test tube baby kind of stuff. Except it's just a rented womb. I don't know that I'm referring to a TP. Yeah. Ban the algorithm. We don't need e-horse. Human trafficker. This is gross. Yeah, I mean, it's Ozempic taking its toll on Hollywood. Yeah, she used to be a massive fat broad. And then now she's just Ozempic out. She's not even old either. That's the crazy part. I think she's in her 30s. I mean, is she on so much medication? Born in 93. 32. Yeah. She has 3 children. Were they all surrogacy? Hold on. House is Daryl Sabr. Oh, Daryl's a dude. Like Hannah. Or Stacy. Where's personal life? Politics, don't care. Personal life, okay. At a house party in Los Angeles, they began dating in 2016. The couple were engaged in 2017 and married one later on 21st. I mean, she gave birth to her first child. She gave birth to her second child. And she announced the birth of her child. And okay, so she had 2 children already. And hold on, gave her a boy. Oh, that's why she wanted a daughter. That's probably why. Yeah, yeah, exactly. The trauma that wires the infant's brain from being taken from the mother. Yeah, exactly. So she had 2 boys. I bet that she wanted a daughter, and so she had a surrogate. She had basically a test tube baby. Selfish sacrifice. Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing: she had two children naturally, but she must have really wanted a daughter. She's trying to play God, basically. That's what happens and you're going to be seeing way more of this in the very near future, where you're going to have your. What was it called? The Nazis called the perfect specimen or whatever. Certain wife that would seem overloaded with. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Let's see. So yeah, I think it's demonic. Where are we at? What is it? Okay. Hold on. Okay. All right. Here we go.
He ever says this?
All right. I absolutely hate this right here. One of the most significant moments from the Trump Davos speech was when he said the quiet part out loud. You cannot lower housing costs for young people without destroying millions in wealth for boomers. Every time you make it more affordable for somebody to own a house cheaply, you are actually hurting the value of those homes. I don't want to do anything to hurt the value of their house. If I wanted to crush the housing market, I could do that so fast that people could buy houses, but you would destroy people who already have the houses. Our politicians are sacrificing people in their 20s and 30s for the prosperity of boomers. Let that sink in. However, and I agree with a lot of this, like, Well, I would say that the best way to solve all that is to deport 30 million illegals and their anchor babies. That would solve the housing crisis like that. And American Overhaul says such a bullshit lie of reasoning. People who already own a home are not harmed at all by softening prices unless they're speculators, flippers, or rent seekers, all of whom deserve to lose their asses. This is 100% right. Like, I paid my house off last month. I am technically without debt, one could say. I will be having some debt in the very near future. However, like when anybody ever talks about their house being lower in value, you know what that means, right? That means you don't have to pay as much in property taxes. Hey, when your house goes up in value and assessed value, guess what happens? Your property taxes go up. And a lot of the boomers, you know, it's weird because first we talk about how boomers are struggling because of the high housing prices and the high assessed value for their property taxes. But also on the other side, it's like, oh, it'll actually hurt their housing value. Like, well, which one is it? That's what I'd like to know. And by the way, I agree with this guy. People have loans when the home value drops below the loan amount problem. Yeah, that happened with the housing crash. You know why that happened? Because people weren't paying their homes off. They were giving loans to people that shouldn't have had loans. That's how the housing crisis started. That's how the housing crash started. You gave all these fucking loans out to people that never planned on paying for them. And you had like these balloon loans where it was like all of a sudden it was like 20%, wasn't it? Huh? Yeah, old Slick Willie. Yeah, and then they're talking about who is this? I forgot the god. Kronos or something, eating his own children. You talk like a fag and your shit's all retarded. Yeah, mass deportations. Forgive all mortgages for white people. I don't know about that. Economic boom unseen in human history. Dude, you just have to do number one. That's all you have to do. We need to go back to bank, SNL, mortgages, lenders, etc. Current banking system fights. It does, you know? Listen, I have always been on the side of the fence of if you can afford it, you can buy it. However, if you can't afford it, you should not buy it. And we decided that, hey, guess what? If we give people a federally backed loan, we can lower the price of interest rates, we can lower the price of whatever, and then they can get in the house. However, you had all these fucking people who work for Arby's that are now buying $500,000 homes. Like, where does that make any sense at all? Hey, guess what? When I bought my house, I made sure that I could afford the mortgage. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what happens when you go for a pre-approval. How much am I allowed for? Even though like it's really high, you would be like house broke basically. We just don't have enough smart people. That's it. All the people that are getting scammed from Nigerian princes, like they should not be allowed to vote. That's just 100% the truth. And ninja loans, yeah. For sure. I forgot what the acronym stands for on that. I was gonna say that, but I wish I did not know. I don't know what it stands for. No income, no asset. Yeah, exactly. Which lenders may allow when underwriting a mortgage. A loan issued under such circumstances may be referred to as a NINA or a ninja loan. NINA programs are essentially created for those who are hard to verify incomes, but in actuality have been popularly used in aggressive mortgage lenders and brokers do not want any trouble qualifying. Yeah, like illegals basically. This was I was thinking about this too. Was like you have all these people that are like, if you pay off your house, you're dumb. You should be able to you should use your debt to try and make more money. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Or like putting your house up against like another thing to make more money. Like what? What are you supposed to do? I've never quite understood this. No income, no job. Yeah. I actually heard this from Jacob Stewart, who's the guy from Indie Star, like talking about how like debt is good. Like you shouldn't pay off your house. I think he like literally said paying your house off is dumb. I was like, no. I don't want debt. I don't know about you, but I don't like debt. I don't like owing money to people, especially when I was getting hosed. Like this is really funny. So when I first bought this house, I was paying like almost $600 a month. That was my mortgage. And all of a sudden, like 2 years ago, my mortgage went up like an extra almost $300. And they were saying, well, it's because property taxes are going up. So I waited. I'm like, no, they're not. In fact, the way that I was looking at it, when I was looking at property taxes, and like, could I guess if they're going to go up or down? And they were going to either go down, or they were only going to go up a smidge, or they're going to stay stable. In my area, they were not going to go up that much, like $10, maybe $100 for the year. And so, but they never went up. So when I paid my house off, I never really got all that extra money back. I got totally fucked on the extra money that I paid the mortgage company for my 3 years ago. I have 3 vehicles and a horse trailer, all paid off. Exactly, Ducky. That's what we want. My home doesn't identify as a 350,000, as high as a 200,000. Well, you know what? Tyler Mitchell is a baller. That's why. No way I'd be able to afford it. I would never buy a house in Marion County for $300,000. I can promise you that. Ducky, will you marry me? Ring it up, Matt. Ring it up. Ring her up. Baller's got $300,000. I hate to break it to everybody. I am not a baller. I'm just some guy talking shit on the internet that puts up some sweet clips from committee meetings about some lady having to put her dead baby on a counter and being eaten by a cat. that's about as high of a level as I'm at right now. So yeah, that is bad. We shouldn't be loaning people money unless they can afford it. We should not be having these ridiculous college degrees, putting people in lifetime debt. There should be no Taylor Swift degrees. Real thing, by the way, in Texas. Man, my husband, I might object. Oh, what is it? What is a show on the property card? What is a show that's actually assessed at? There's a show that is at 200. Anyway, this HB 1000 bill, 1001 bill for the trying to solve the housing affordability is completely fucking retarded. And the fact that Braun is pushing for it and talking about how great it is tells me that he never even read the bill. This bill only helps out developers, investors. This bill does not help with trying to lower the cost of single family homes. Or I think, oh really? So you are a baller. Baller. a milli. Damn, Tyler Mitchell. Good for you, bud. So, this would only help in theory. You're relying on the market to try and lower the price of rental prices. That's it. You're trying to lower the price of rent by throwing a whole lot of stock on the market. That's it. However, if you were to deport a bunch of people, you could do that as well. Because then you're not having to give taxpayer money to a bunch of illegals or refugees. And I tell you what, I saw a tweet today. I forgot who it was from, but they said the fact that Trump put like a moratorium or like a stop on 75 countries is a massive deal. I think it was like a refugee stop or something like that. But it's like, yeah, that's how it should be. We should have a 30-year moratorium on nobody being allowed to get a green card. You are no longer, or even a citizenship. We should have a 30-year moratorium on anybody getting citizenship. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, okay. Let's talk about crazy women. Let's go back to crazy broads. Cameron Herron, Florida, 2018. 18-year-old street racer hit and ran over a mother and her child. Jessica Reinsager, 24, and her 2-year-old daughter, Lilia. The car was going over 100 miles an hour. He was sentenced to 24 years in prison. His photo went viral. Thousands of girls started a petition to free him. 29,000 girls signed the petition. They trended justice for Cameron on Facebook and Twitter. Girls don't care about looks. They would literally support a man who killed a woman and her child just because of his looks. They don't even support many serial killers and other crimes. It's so true, though. Like, the craziest women are the ones that watch, like, all those crime stories. Like they get wet. They have like a snail trail whenever they see like a serial killer who looks moderately handsome. They're like, "Oh boy, he's so dreamy. He would kill for me." If you can rationalize killing 65 million babies since 1980, you can rationalize anything because everything else is an easier morale. So true. Women shouldn't be allowed to vote. Example 52,000. Man, where's the repeal the 19th bros at? Women do crappy things and wonder why religious suppresses them. I mean, kind of, yeah. How's this for permanent citizen? 350,000 in even numbered years, 300,000 in outnumbered years. I would prefer 0. I would prefer 0. Yeah, but women are crazy. All right, so I'd never seen this before. This is from Fanon saying he was attacked and he had a stroke or something, and here he is being protected apparently from J6 people. Here he is right here getting help.
And I remember grabbing him and pulling him back behind me. And then once I knew that other officers were pulling him back, I turned back around to make sure nobody else was.
Yeah, they're trying to help that Fanon guy. And didn't he say he had a stroke or something? Yeah, he was actually helped. I never really paid attention to the J6 stuff, you know, but guess what? J6 people didn't bring guns either. All right, speaking of Democrats, though, dude, Republicans that are in the chat right now, you guys got to get your shit together. This is how Democrats are winning. Look at the Mobilize app. They are on it. They have Gay Day at the State House. They have PC and state convention delegate training at the end of the month. They have, and I would love to go to one of these things, but I'm sure my picture of my face is everywhere. You got Fisher's Dems Happy Hour, Coffee Chat in Whitestown, hosted by the Democrats. I have not seen anything for Republicans for delegate. I have not seen them for PC training. I have not seen anything for running for office. Like, Marion County is totally cooked. Look, it's all Democrats, too. Everywhere. And look, Marion County Democrat Party, PC and state convention delegate training. Who is it from, by the way? Okay, dude, we have job house permanent. This is what I like to know about this event. Interested in running for PC or state convention delegate? There it is. Who are these people? Vice Chair Wes Brown and Data Director Neil Coughlin? Cock and balls? I don't know. So yeah. I mean, we're slowly letting Democrats take over the state because Republicans, the leaders in charge of the Republican Party, don't give a shit. And, you know, the only reason why Ed Delaney had that joint resolution, HJR, for an investigation into IEDC is because the Democrats are not controlling the IEDC. They would be happy, by the way. People like Ed Delaney or Earl Harris. Earl Harris is gooning over taxpayers funding a billionaire stadium. They love that shit. And so they're just mad that they can't do the projects they want with your money. If Democrats were controlling the IADC, you would never hear anything about it. Dude, what was going on? You want to know how I know that they're not serious about the IADC and they're just mad that they can't control the money? Look at what was happening in Indianapolis with Thomas Cook and the chick that he was banging from, and I think it was Metropolitan Department Development? Yeah, whatever it was. How many contracts? I mean, allegedly, this is what's going through the grand jury right now with Ryan Mears, which we know nothing will happen. Thomas Cook was what? Or why isn't Andelina? Oh, you know what? Good question, Tyler. Good question. I was wondering that myself. Maybe she's just old and tired now. Maybe they saw the comments that you were making. What is going on right now with the Thomas Cook grand jury? Never mention any corruption of there, even though it is all alleged. Grand jury probing contract involving former Hawks at Thomas Cook. Okay, through a public shows investigation to the unlawful touching. Okay, care about that. For misconduct. Hold on. Unlawful interesting contract. Public servant. While the report doesn't go further than deal name specific. Oh, they actually have the report in here? Cool. Ah, cool. Met 6 times. Here is the first partial report. Where's the rest of it? Let's see. In public, unlawful touching by a public servant or a person. Okay, well, that's. I don't even know how you say that. Pecuniary interest is defined as a contract or a purchase that result in a discernible increase in the income of net wealth. The extent of the grand jury investigation is unclear. Blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. Found at least $80 million in public incentives were awarded or recommended to Cook's clients after he forced to resign over a prohibited relationship, and he was banging Andrews, right? Scarlett Andrews. I heard last year, this was like this time last year, that Cook was living with her over in Hamilton County. And then I was also told that Thomas Cook met with Dan Parker, like the night that I was met for other people, like in the same spot, basically. It's that'll be interesting. But anyway, why I say that, Ed Delaney has been quiet about this whole thing, so I'm not believing anything that he cares about IEDC. And here we go. We have people from Peter Blankard working for Mirror Indie saying, how can you get involved in politics? But sure, I've seen a lot of interest. Here's the guide from Mirror Indie. Running for PC, running for state delegate. And we know this is all going to be for Democrats. And look, even the picture that he uses is from the Democrats right here. I imagine this is from, oh, that's, that York? Is that Anderson York? Oh, no. But anyway, so this kid has seen stomping and killing a duck. I'm not going to play the video. I mean, obviously you already know. Yeah, this kid needs to be locked up for life. You can't fix people like this. By the way, this is the, I have the same thought about that pastor's kid over in Hamilton County. Beckwith's buddy's kid. Having all that crazy-ass child porn on there. Like, that kid needs to be executed. You can't fix anybody like that. And then, speaking of dipshit Zoomers, Clavicular, who is this methed out guy who wears makeup, basically looks maxing bro, says, don't even know anything about these canons. The choice is obvious. Being out of shape and is the ultimate sign of weak and gluttony. You do not want a weak fatty as your president. And by the way, someone was pointing out, Rob, keep the image of the guy who looks like the proper president. Like, I mean, J.D. Vance used to be fat, and now he's lost a bunch of weight. But also, I don't want to hear from this guy. Guy does meth, and Delaney alternate in and out. A lot of guests do. Oh, this guy's wearing makeup. The guy's also does meth, injects a bunch of poison in his body, and for what? I vote for men I want to have sex with. Clavicular, a homo. You can be on steroids, which is cool, or you can pass judgment on people who aren't fit, which is also cool. You can't be on steroids and passing judgment on people who aren't fit. That is not cool. Agree. And also everybody calling him gay, and amongst other things. Yeah, William Taft mogs you. This image alone would make any hetero female vote for him. Wow, my dick don't work and I have to take testosterone. Wow. That's so true. That's why you can't listen to any of these, any people like Clavicular, or a lot of the, or people even like Fuentes pushing to have Newsom in there. A lot of these, I don't even know what you want to call them. Streaming bros, I guess you could say. Rex Early versus Ann Delaney was an epic. Who was that? When was that? Rex Early versus Ann Delaney. Dude, I think that Delaney's daughter was in committee last week talking about the abortion pills. Damn. Yikes is all I'm going to say. (2021) How Indiana Republicans found their way to ice cream. What the fuck is this? What's his name? Early? Rex early enunciated the central about the real party power. Being state chairman, governor, and being the state chairman without a governor's dog poop. Okay. God. Since 1960, there have been 37 Republican and Democrat chairmen, and for 2 years, Ann Delaney ran the Indiana Democratic Party. This club of power is almost exclusively dominated by white males. In addition to Delaney, the only minority chair was Robin Winston, led Indiana Democrats under Bannon. That when the parties were who I had never heard of this guy before. Of course, I am kind of late to the party. I don't know. Sounds like a bunch of boomer stuff, to be honest with you. Oh, the archive didn't work. That sucks. What do you... Okay, so Provisional Takes is talking about... I just wanted to bring this up real quick. I don't know who this guy is. Sounds like another dipshit kid, another dipshit trust fund baby, who is talking about Mark Cuban this, Mark Cuban that. This guy is literally from Bloomington, lives in Bloomington, Indiana, my parents' neighborhood. I saw Dan Dakich also respond to this thing, too. He's like, he lives in a modest house. So I went and looked him up on Beacon, which you can do. I'm not going to do for it, but you can. This guy owns like 7 different properties, and they all range anywhere from like $130,000 to $5.3 million. So when they talk about, oh, he lives in a modest house, which one? That's what I like to know. Is it the $5 million one? Is it the $1.1 million one? Because I think there's 2 of them. Or is it the farm property worth $500,000? That's what I would like to know. Yeah, Peter, yeah, the Ursays, really? They live a modest life? Shut the fuck up. Oddwag proves my point further. May the list go on, Danny. Yeah, all right. These people need to be deported. This fucking dope needs to be deported too. I hate these freaking sports ball bros. Especially, let me tell you what. Let me go on a little rant real quick. IU people are some of the most insufferable people I have ever met in my life. Whether it's they're on the internet, whether they're in person, or they're driving on the road. Whenever I see some dipshit on the road, especially on the highway, and they're either going really slow or they're going in and out of traffic like a cracked out pirate. And what happens when I look at their license plate? It's got an IU emblem on there. I cannot stand it. And I'm not saying all of them, but the vast majority are complete douchebags. IU people, for the most part, are douchebags. Like, they care about some child sport that does nothing good for society. Like, did IU basketball or IU football help get a man to the moon? No, it didn't. Did it help create the wheel? No. Did it help create the car? No, it didn't. Did it help create the airplane? No, it didn't. All these sports ball people are the most annoying motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. These people should not be voting, but they do. All right. Speaking of, though, transportation, this cracks me up because of the comments. Mirror Indy posted this thing talking about the Blue Line construction, pulls out tracks from the old road and asks to find out. So they found the rails from the old rail car system. And everybody's like, bring it back. Hey, 126 million streetcar passengers in 1920 to 6.9 million Indigo passengers in 2024. Oh, wait, we lost. Yeah. I want to know why in 1920? How many people owned a car, motherfucker? Remember what they took from you. Why? Because everybody had a car now. Everybody has a car. Everybody has the freedom to travel. Also, how many people lived in Indianapolis at that time? By the way, Indianapolis wasn't as sprawled out as it is now. It was like a couple miles wide. We used to have nice shit. Ebony the writer. By the way, Ebony, take a close look at the people in that picture. Ebony the writer, take a close look at it. Look, you know what I don't see? Degeneracy. You know what I don't see? Homeless people lighting themselves on fire. You know what I do see? sophisticated people that gave a shit about their community. Not people like Ebony the writer, not people that work for Mirror Indie either, who are okay with homeless people jerking off on the steps of a church. These are the people that defend the degeneracy of America, of the West, of the world. Look at all those Christians right there, by the way. They all cared about the place that they live because they had skin in the game. All these people in the comment section right now that are saying, oh, we used to have nice shit. Oh, bring it back. Oh, look what they took away from us. You guys allowed it to be taken away from you. That's what happened. And the fact that you want Indianapolis to be destroyed even more because of your shitty voting patterns, that's on you. You want to have nice shit? Fucking vote better. You want to have better lives? Fucking vote better. That's all you have to do. Oh, you want the rail car to come back? Do you think I want to be stuck in that fucking tube right there with a bunch of homeless people? Because that's basically what Indigo is right now. It's a roaming homeless shelter where people are shooting up and lighting this place on fire, by the way, costing the taxpayers $1 million. That's what you never used to see with that kind of shit. You didn't see people shooting up heroin or smoking meth over on these trolleys. You didn't see people that you had to be afraid of on these trolleys. They had skin in the game. They appreciated what they had. These fucking losers on here right now, on these comment sayings, oh, we need to bring this back. They don't give a shit about this area. I'm so fed up with these fucking socialists and these Democrat liberals that are saying, hey, bring it back. We should still have it. We need this back. Oh, I don't know. Maybe if you stop voting the way that you did, maybe if you gave a crap and called the bad things that are happening out, maybe we could have that back, but that's never going to happen. I'm sorry. We used to live in a courteous society when we didn't have assholes on the road. Oh, I'm sorry. Ryan Mears goes and gives their fucking license back to a bunch of felons. Oh, I don't know. Maybe if the courts didn't decide, hey, I'm going to give plea deals to alleged baby killers or that fucking guy that raped and stabbed a woman to death just the other day. That guy got a plea deal. And by the way, he admitted to it. Maybe if people would vote better, maybe if Ryan Mears and people like Jennifer Prince Harrison or Mark Stoner weren't in the positions that they were at, maybe we could be a courteous society. However, Matt, I will tell you this right now, the people that vote do not want to be in a courteous society. That's what's going on. That is the problem, our Democrat voters, our liberals. That is the problem. If you want to, where you don't see this problem at? Johnson County, Hamilton County, Hendricks County. You don't really have the same problems that are happening in Marion County. It's like literally crossing this crazy demonic line from Marion to everything else in central Indiana. And boy, whenever we talk about shootings, there sure seems to be a defined line in all of this, is the demographics and the voting patterns. It's so crazy. And by the way, bike people, they don't pay anything. All right. They pay for their bike, but yet they say, hey, we should have a lane in the road. Well, maybe you should go pay for it. That's what you should be doing. Hey, you want a bike lane? Hey, I have to pay taxes on my registration, the fucking gas that I do, the wheel tax, and everything else. What do people on bikes have to pay for? Nothing. Their bike. So if you want to have skin in the game, if you want to be in a protected place, then you got to pay for it. That is my argument for the bike people. Also, let's not forget that the same bike people are voting for Ryan Mears and Joe Hogsett. So it is very funny how people want all this stuff, but then they never actually want. People want things to change or get better, but they don't want things to change. That's what I will never be able to understand. I wish that I could understand the mind of the Democrat voter. Hey, you know what? People should just be nice to each other. Oh, yeah, everything should just be fucking rainbows shoving out of my ass and then smiles and kisses from random people. Yeah, that would be great, but that's never going to happen. What are we going to do? Clockwork Orange everybody? Honestly, not that bad of an idea. I do love lobotomies. However, though, that's never going to happen. So the best we can do is jail some of these people. Do you think, by the way, I will tell you this right now, I would love to have this. I would be willing to pay more taxes if I could have this. I'm very serious about it. However, I do not want to be trapped in a box with people that do not want to be courteous. That's what I have a problem with. When we have some of these hoodlums in this riffraff that want to play their music on their phone without it being in their earbuds, that is totally not courteous. But yet, we should be able to say, hey, you know what? Maybe he's just having a bad day. No, that person should be grabbed by the ear and pushed off the trolley or the bus. That guy should not be a part of society. We need to build bridges, and then we need to make people pay to get on that bridge. I know I'm going off. It's almost over anyway. Man, I would love a courteous society. I would love to have a courteous society. I wish for that every single day. I would love to have trolleys. And by the way, look at the architecture in the area. This is beautiful. And now we have soulless buildings that are going to be built out of cardboard and straw. It's more than disappointing. It's depressing. Anyway, that's my rant. I think I just lost my voice too. What is this chick? Okay, so we're spending $65 million in New York City on trans only homeless shelters.
$65 million on a trans-only homeless shelter whose residents get yoga classes, culinary classes, and are loved up on. Ace's Place is the first fully taxpayer-funded shelter to only house transgender and gender non-conforming people. It's right here in Long Island City, and I wish I could show you, but it's on a list of protected sites. So despite repeated calls, texts, and emails, the city refused to tell me where it's at. One study found a third of transgender people report being homeless at some point in their lives. But why does a shelter for them have to cost over $433,000 per bed? Well,
dude, that homeless shelter that they're building, that they're wanting to build, is like $300,000 a unit. I think it's like forgot how much it was costing, but somebody pointed out, like, dude, you could buy a house for that much money for how much each room cost. It's kind of bananas. All right, what do we have here? What is this? Oh, okay, so, all right, yeah, we're almost towards the end right now. Tarrant County unveils 10 Commandments monuments at historic 1895 courthouse. I'm sure somebody will destroy this because that's exactly what they're going to do. However, next week, it's Saturday right now. Next week, there will be a bill heard in committee in education for display of the 10 Commandments. I am almost positive people are going to spur out on this bill, and I cannot wait to get everybody's opinion. You're going to see Briggsy out there. You're going to see every Democrat. You're going to see Indiana girl. You're going to see people like Cassie Jackson out there just losing their ever-loving fucking mind on this bill. I cannot wait for the ultimate spur out, the spur cop apocalypse. Okay, that's all I got. Okay, I want to give you guys a quick rundown what's happening next week. Okay, cool. Hey, not bad, 2 hours. I didn't have a whole lot. It was originally only going to be an hour, but then I found out after what happened today. All right, I want to give you guys a quick view of what's happening next week, because next week is going to be crazy. When they come back, they'll basically have 3 days. Monday, hold on. 27, 28, 29. Oh, 4 days. 4 days until the deadline for third reading, if my public school math is correct. I want to show you a couple of the bills that are on there. These are the last ones. And this is going to have to be, it doesn't mean they're going to be voting on them, but they will be heard. Let's see. Like 10:03, 10:38 is going to be important. That's going to be the casino. There's a couple other ones. Our massive bill corporation report. Oh yeah, okay. There's 1086 in education. So if you want to watch it, it'll be at 9:30. Will I be streaming that one? Probably. Maybe. I'm at least gonna go to it if I can remember. Let's see. Services, no. Towing matters. License. Oh yeah, here we go. This bill too. This bill will provide a special license plate be issued to former members of the General Assembly who served basically 12 years. This is what I was told, though. Like, they have to have like I forgot, it was either 100 or 1,000 guaranteed people that are going to buy the plate. So do we have either 100? I mean, let's just say 100. Do we have 100 former state legislators that say, I will buy this plate? It is funny that like the longest term John Bartlett and Ed Soliday, who clearly have more than 2 decades in service at the IGA, are on this bill. So that means it's probably going to, it's not only going to get a hearing, it's probably going to get a vote. Who's the chair? Oh, and Jim Pressel, I think, is the chair of Roads and Transportation. I think. School, and then this bill too on elections. Oh man, is that 9 o'clock? And I really might have to go buy another laptop. Because this is going to be very important. Board candidates. If no more than one. Okay, yeah, that doesn't care. All right, so yeah. And then Tuesday, they got nothing scheduled yet. Okay, there you go. Hold on. Sure. Yeah, they don't even have the schedule out for the rest of the day. And then, is anybody meeting? And then House and Senate are meeting too, which they have some bills to go through, especially for third reading, 1001. I hope a whole bunch of people, they're not going to. They don't have the ball. Nobody has the balls to vote no on 1001. It's terrible, terrible bill. And then, yeah, they got a bunch of other shit they got to do too. I think that's it. Okay. All right, I'm about to lose my voice. I'm tired. Also hungry. So not really hungry, but definitely thirsty. And I'm about out of water. So you guys have a good time. Indie Reporter show will be back on Monday at 8 o'clock to talk about what happened for the most part on Monday.